4 years ago, I covered the first Mega Man game released on the Game Boy. It's been a long time, so I guess I'm due to cover another portable Mega Man title. People have been asking me for years to do more coverage for the Game Boy Mega Man games, so here's the first step. Since I have 4 of the 5 games, I may as well go ahead and cover them all. Today, we'll look at Mega Man 2. The Game Boy Mega Man games were not developed by Capcom. Capcom actually outsourced all 5 games to outside companies. The first game, Dr. Wily's Revenge, was created by a company by the name of Minakuchi Engineering. According to the Mega Man and Mega Man X official complete works book, Keiji Inafune and team were impressed with Minakuchi's development team and how well they understood the Mega Man formula. So impressed that they hired a different team, Japan System House, to handle Mega Man 2. I'm not sure why they would have done that, because according to Inafune himself, Mega Man 2 was a nightmare, and he even goes on to apologize for how the game turned out. After Mega Man 2, Capcom went back to Minakuchi Engineering, who interestingly also developed Mega Man The Wily Wars and helped with Mega Man X3, if the Mega Man knowledge base is to be believed. Anyway, Mega Man 2 definitely does look and feel a bit different from most other Mega Man games, even the other Game Boy titles. But if you ask me, I don't think it's nearly the nightmare that Inafune claims. It's a pretty fun little game, if easy and a little bland. There's apparently a story involved, but none of it is ever hinted at in the game. Dr. Wily goes into the future to kidnap Mega Man and bring him back to the present to face the present-day Mega Man. He brainwashes the kidnapped Mega Man and renames him Quint, outfits him with new armor and a weapon, and then keeps him hidden in his base until present-day Mega Man beats 8 Robot Masters. Better give that scenario writer a Pulitzer. Just like in Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, you are given 4 Robot Masters to choose from at the start of the game. This time, they're the 4 Robot Masters from the console Mega Man 2 that did not appear in the last game. Metal Man, Woodman, Airman, and Crash Man. 3 of the 4 Robot Masters will give you rush items, and they're all pretty useful here. There are even enough underwater sections to use Rush Marine, and Rush Jet comes in handy a ton to help get past hairy platforming situations. But all in all, the game is really easy. Sure, there are a few instant death parts that can kill you if you aren't careful, but energy drops are plentiful enough here that you should be able to keep yourself full of life to get to the end of each level without too many deaths. And with a few exceptions, the Robot Masters are really easy as well. Metal Man went down without much of a fight. You can actually shoot through Woodman's leaf shield. I didn't even end up using Metal Blade against him because I went in at a lower health amount and wanted to save the special weapon for a full health fight. I didn't need to. Airman went down immediately after he got 1 attack off. Clash Man was probably the toughest of the first 4 Robot Masters. I used Air Shooter against him, but it ran out. Then I had to E-Tank through him to the finish. After beating the first 4 Robot Master levels, you're off to Dr. Wily's underground base, where Wily tricks you into fighting another 4 Robot Masters. This time Hard Man, Top Man, Needle Man, and Magnet Man from the NES Mega Man 3. Each level is another super easy excursion that is made even easier with the help from Rush. The Robot Masters themselves are pushovers too. Magnet Man gave me a bit of trouble, but I did get through it. Metal Blade was again the go-to weapon, and while it doesn't seem as powerful as its console counterpart, it still barely uses any weapon energy, and shooting it in all 8 directions is super useful. I used a few of the other weapons on Robot Master fights, but I didn't even end up pulling out Magnet Missile, Top Spin, or Needle Cannon once. They're pretty much unnecessary. After beating the Mega Man 3 baddies, you fight Quint, the Mega Man of the future, and just like everything else before him, he's a pushover. Just stay far enough away from him not to get hit by the chunks of ground he digs up and hit him in the head. He'll teleport away and Mega Man teleports after him. Then you get his pogo stick. And then Quint doesn't even show up again, which is kind of weird. Next up is a short and easy level than Wily himself. I tried using Quint's weapon on Wily, but I ended up dying. After that, I just busted my way to victory. So, if you haven't picked up what I'm throwing down yet, this game is easy. There are a ton of 1-up drops, a lot of easy-to-find E-Tanks, and most of the Robot Masters are pushovers, even without their weakness weapons. My guess is that the nightmare Keiji Inafune was talking about was that the dev team just didn't know how to make a reasonably fun and challenging game. I definitely suggest this one over Dr. Wily's Revenge because that game is just stupid hard and just doesn't seem nearly as tight or responsive as Mega Man 2, but it's just okay and easy. The graphics aren't terrible. Mega Man looks smooshed when he's sliding, so that's a thing. The music isn't horrendous, but it's pretty bland. The previous game had some really slick arrangements based off music from the console games. This one just uses some forgettable original music. And other than the very short end sequence, there isn't really any presentation to speak of. Do I like this game? Sure, it's fun. I'm not going to rave over it or even suggest people play it. But it's a quick playthrough if you like Mega Man games or Game Boy games. Unfortunately, I don't really have much else to say about it because there just really isn't that much to comment on. It's just bland and easy, if a kind of fun Mega Man game. That's all I got. Later.